Title: The Long Drive. It was supposed to be a quick trip, just a 4-hour drive to visit her parents over the weekend. Lily packed her bags, locked her apartment, and hit the road by 6 p.m. The sky was already slipping into twilight, and the sun dipped beneath the hills like it was afraid of the night to come. She didn't know why she felt strange. Maybe it was the way the air felt heavier than usual. Maybe it was how her car's radio kept crackling with static, even though she wasn't in a tunnel or anywhere near one. Still, she kept driving. The first 2 hours passed without much incident. The road was familiar. Trees lined the sides like soldiers, tall and still. Occasionally, she'd pass a flickering streetlight or a distant farm with a lone window glowing in the dark. But around 8:30 p.m., something changed. She realized she hadn't seen another car for miles. She checked her GPS, still on track. But the road ahead felt wrong. Fog had begun to crawl across the asphalt, swirling under her headlights. She turned on her high beams, but they only made things worse, reflecting back like white sheets. Then she saw it, a figure on the side of the road, just standing there. She slowed down, cautiously. It was a man, wearing a dark coat, head down. He didn't wave, didn't move, just stood, staring at the ground. Emma's heart skipped a beat. She pressed on the gas and drove past him quickly. But when she looked in her rearview mirror, he was gone. She shook her head. "Don't freak yourself out," she muttered. But fear had already started to crawl under her skin. Just 30 minutes later, her engine began to sputter. No, no, no. She pulled over, tried to restart it. Dead. Her phone had no signal. Of course it didn't. She stepped out, and that's when she realized she hadn't heard a single sound in over an hour. No birds, no crickets, not even wind. Just silence. Lily grabbed her flashlight from the glove compartment and decided to walk. There had to be a house nearby, or at least a signal. But as she walked down the foggy road, she'd noticed something strange. The trees. They looked the same on both sides. Identical. Like a copy and paste loop in a bad video game. And the more she walked, the more she felt, watched. Then, footsteps. Behind her, slow, heavy. She spun around. Nothing. She turned back and screamed. The man in the coat, standing 5 feet in front of her, closer now, face still hidden by the shadow of his hood. She stumbled back. "Who are you? What do you want?" No reply. But then he spoke, his voice dry and cracking. "You took the wrong turn." "What?" "This road doesn't lead where you think it does." She ran, didn't look back. Branches whipped against her arms. The cold air burned her lungs. Finally, a light, a small wooden cabin at the end of a narrow path. She banged on the door. "Help, please!" An old woman opened it, eyes wide, pale as snow. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered. "I broke down. There was someone following me." The woman pulled her inside and slammed the door. "You saw him?" Lily nodded, still gasping for breath. The woman looked at the fire, then back at her. "He doesn't follow everyone, only the ones running from something." "What does that mean?" Emma asked. The woman placed a hand on her shoulder. "Grief, guilt, regret. He finds the ones carrying it." Lily's eyes welled with tears. The reason for her trip? To visit her parents' graves. It had been 1 year since the accident. Her fault. She had been driving, distracted, tired. One wrong turn that night had taken their lives. The woman nodded like she could read her thoughts. "He's not trying to harm you. He's trying to show you the truth." A loud knock on the door, 3 slow raps. The woman's eyes filled with fear. "You must finish the drive," she said, "or you'll never leave this road." Lily bolted out of the cabin. The fog was clearing slightly. Her car, it was there, lights off, door open. She jumped in, turned the key. It started. As she sped away, the fog behind her folded back into the woods. She didn't look in the rearview mirror, didn't want to see him again. But a voice echoed in her ears. "This road doesn't lead where you think it does." She arrived at the cemetery just before midnight. Kneeling at their graves, she finally let the tears fall. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And for the first time in a year, she felt lighter. The burden lifted. She looked up, and for just a moment, she saw them, her parents, smiling, then gone. Sometimes the scariest road we travel is the one that leads us back to ourselves.